It was insanely loud. Hi, welcome back to Z Reviews. I'm Zeos Pantera, not Zeros. People call me Zeros. I'm not sure if it's their spell check, like auto-correcting Z-E-O-S to Z-E-R-O-S. I don't know. Hi. Here is where we are because I need USB to check the IFI ZEN DAC V2. So IFI sent me this a while ago, and I've been putting it off a bit. I put off a lot of things. But I've been putting the upgraded, more expensive IFI ZEN DAC off because, where is it? Where's the logo? It's got to be on here. It's got to be fucking on here. Is it not on here? Wow. Oh, yeah, there, it says MQA right there. You see, the original ZEN DAC has been recommended by me more than I've recommended breathing or eating. Oh, should you breathe? Eating food is overrated. But the IFI ZEN DAC, that's the thing you fucking buy. I have a budget of $400. I need an amp DAC. This it was 130. Was first version 130. Any budget from 100, which is you have to spend more and get the ZEN DAC, to 300-400, where I'm like, why bother? Just get the ZEN DAC. The answer was ZEN DAC. Now with the upgraded version, it is $160. That's $30 extra. And I poked and prodded and pried and was like, hey, why is it more money? And I think this is a twofold answer. I think number one, they were definitely selling this fucking thing for too little at $130. That was a bargain of the fucking millennium. Number two, I'm pretty sure, for the worst reasons ever, it's MQA bullshit. That's why it costs a little more. Because now it does full unfolding of all these magic things. It doesn't matter. Links in the description of this video if you want to know why MQA is bad. Because I'll link to the Golden's videos. He's got 2 videos. So I'll link to the Golden videos in the description. You make up your own mind. I can't blame too many people and companies for this because fucking, at least it's not on the box. It's not on the box. And that's a fucking triumph. This is a triumph. Now, as far as getting anything else to just tell me what they've upgraded, no, some stuff maybe. It's not like they were using AKM DACs and they had to upgrade to Saber or Brown. So it's just question marks. It's upgraded. Totally upgraded. It's much upgrade. It's definitely not just an MQA folding algorithm. I wanted to charge more because they were undercharging. I would, honestly, if they just said, hey, we're bringing out a V2 so we could correct the price to what we should have been charging all this whole time. Fine. This fucking thing should have been $200 the whole time. So I would still consider $168 bargain. This is the IFI ZEN DAC V2. And it will remain, regardless of the fucking MQA bullshit, and regardless of the $30 more price tag, the most recommended thing I will put on this channel. I was playing with my soul a little bit, going, well, is it fully MQA or is it just them correcting the price? Because things must be selling like hotcakes. And I've come to terms with it. And after sitting here and listening to it again on like Peacocks and, well, 560s, and I had the Anandas on it, and I still have the triple Tridents because I was just doing the Atom stack. Yes, it's fucking amazing. So I'll walk you around the unit. Oh, screw it. We'll pause this. It's gonna break. See if I can find that wallpaper for you. There's no guarantees. This is one of the best built pieces of equipment in audio. Period. We got lots of equipment here. In fact, Big Brother Zen Can is here, which is just a headphone amp permanently in my rack because I use it all the time. So the ZEN DAC, not to be confused with the ZEN DAC Signature, which is just a DAC, but this is a ZEN DAC with an amp. They really need to work so fucking hard on their naming. It's not even funny. At least it doesn't have IDSD anywhere in it. Anyway, you get this aluminum case that looks like an eye from War of the Worlds. You get 2 buttons on the front. No power switch. It just is on. So you got power match, which their IEM technology is called Power Match. And it's weird because you would think if you turned on Power Match, it would lower the gain and allow you to use for IEMs. Instead, when it's off, it's on low gain, and when it's on, it's on high gain. It's basically a high and low gain switch. That is the dumbed down version of what it's doing. Then there's this button, the Give Me Heroin button, which is called True Bass. And unlike other bass boosts, which, well, only that has it, and it has True Bass, has X Bass. Actually, it has X Bass, and this is True Bass. What does that mean? Is that a difference? Bass boosts are around, and most of them are not any good. Fio used to have a lot of them, and you'd hit the button, and you'd go from blah, 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 to blah, 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 and it's bad. True Bass on an IFI device happens usually in the analog realm, unless that's why that's X Bass and this is True Bass, because this could actually fuck with it in the digital realm, and that can't, because that's only getting analog inputs, and it's not a digital compose. Point is, put any headphone on and you go like, I wonder what the bass button does. And it doesn't just make it go blah, blah, blah. It makes the whole thing like just better. It improves everything all the time, no matter what. Everything's better. Just trust me on that. Then you get to this volume knob. And I touch a lot of knobs. I'm a knob feeler. I go around strangers' homes and I feel their knobs. And I look over here to my right. I kind of like the one on the wall of Topaz. Got a good texture to it. That one's cheap. Oh, well, I mean, that's this one, so it's the best knob. Because it's machined aluminum, and look at the fucking flat spots. And you could see the indicators, it is deep, and it's metal, and it turns with the slowness that like it's being churned in some sort of like barbecue sauce. It's got a lot of honey in it. It feels high-end. And the fascia here is aluminum, and it's slightly angled back, so you have like a lip on top, which I don't think anyone's put any lights in there, but it'd be kind of cool. So you get this gorgeous fucking volume knob that feels amazing, and it's all knurled on the end. And then you come over to the unbalanced 1/4" out, which they provide. Did I catch that? I did, and then it fell. They provide a wonderful 1/4" adapter that doesn't look like the shitty, crappy 1/4" adapters. It's extra short and extra narrow and looks sexy as hell when it's just sitting there. It's like silver and gold and chrome. And then, on top of all of this, for $160, it has a balanced output. Balanced. So if you don't know what that means, if you're watching this video, you don't know what I'm talking about. Normally, a headphone has like one wire coming out of a side like this. And you have 1, 2, 3 contacts. So you have the ring is right, the tip is left, and then the ground is shared between both. This headphone has one wire. That's fine. It works fine. But when you get a little more crazy, you can get the wires coming out of both sides of the headphone, and you get something like a Pentagon connector, which has the ground, then a ring, and then another ring, and then another ring, and then a tip. So it's got more contacts, which means it doesn't have to share the ground, which means you could have separation of things, which means you could have more power. The whole thing, I'm just not explaining it well, but that's like the next level up. Instead of going single-handed, you get balanced. So very hard to find good balanced things under $200. So automatically, like, oh, this is a DAC amp. We haven't gotten to the DAC part on the back of it. That has a bass boost that is amazing, 2 gain modes which do their job, is built fucking ridiculously nice. That alone is the selling point of this. If this was built like shit, I'd probably recommend it half as much. But you get this out of the box and you go, oh my God, I bought a quality piece of equipment. And then we get to the back, where things just go up from there. So this has a 5-volt power plug. In fact, I've been using it right here. I stole the power plug from the iDSD Neo, or the Neo iDSD, because it doesn't come with a power plug. You don't need to run it on a power plug. You can run it just on the USB. And they sell it as a bundle for $200 if you get it with the power plug. And I can't, and it's a 5-volt power plug, and USB is 5-volt, and I'm using a laptop, and it's not exactly like the highest end USB powerhouse. So I was expecting when I plugged this thing in and then added the power supply that it would change it, and it didn't. And I tried it on high gain headphones with bass boost on, pushing the levels of my ears being able to take it to see if there was like a distortion that maybe plugging in the external power would remove. Nothing. Zero change. So you could save the money and save the desk space. You don't need to use this. Here's the USB plug, and if you notice, it's a USB 3.1 or I don't know if it's a 3.0. It's a really tall motherfucker. Like, I don't know why they're using this and not C, but they use it a lot. And I will link a longer cable than this, because this is the cable it comes with, and most people are not going to be running this off a laptop. They're going to run off the computer. So in the description, there'll be a 5, 6, or 10-foot version of this weird fucking USB connector. And there it says MQA in the back. Don't, just watch the videos in the description. It says balanced, and then you have this section. Now, this DAC amp combo without this section is still 100% worth $200. Well more than they're charging for it, because it's so beautifully built and it sounds so good. And we'll get to the sound. We're still on features, and you think, how many features can there be? This is one of the most impressive arrays of outputs that you can get on a fucking anything. Because you have RCA output. So it's got a DAC. Here's your DAC. Your USB in, it becomes your digital to analog converter. Your computer will see, hey, it's got the IFI ZEN DAC. Use that as the output source, go. And then it outputs to the headphones just fine. And you can switch bass, it's fine. Then you get RCA outs. So you can use the DAC to feed other things. You want to feed other amps, speakers, anything you want. That's fine. Then we're gonna jump over the switch for a second to this, which is another 4.4 Pentacon balanced. This wire that I was discussing before. You can output from that. And this wire is available on Amazon. I'll see if I can link this 4.4 to 4.4, but most things don't use this. The ZEN CAN, which is the dedicated amplifier that IFI sell. Why is there a cat here that won't go away? We'll take an input of this, and you could use this as a little jumper, and that's why I bought it. But I will also link, and I can't grab one right now because it's like they're all in use throughout the house, a 4.4 balanced to dual XLR splitter, so that you could use powered studio monitors. Where's studio monitors? There and there, and there. Studio monitors there, and you just get one XLR to extend to the other side, and then you could use this as a balanced studio. Wait, we're not done yet. So it has RCA outputs and balanced outputs. Amazing. It's a balanced DAC included in your amazing headphone amplifier. But wait, there's more. This switch doesn't exist on 90% of things I touch, especially not a DAC amp combo. This switch says variable or fixed, and that makes all the difference in the world. Because if you set it to fixed, that means you plug in, and I'm going to plug all this stuff back in. And I don't need the power plug. I was testing it. Throw that away. Just going to plug this in. It comes on. It's got a light green hue behind the volume knob. It's not an annoying blue LED. If you turn on Power Match or True Bass, those are very dull white LEDs. They're kind of actually hard to see. I never thought I'd want brighter LEDs, but slightly brighter might be better. And it's just on. It's just on. There's no off. You can't turn the volume knob down. There's no power, so it's on. Because why wouldn't it be on? But now, okay, we have this out. We have it playing. I honestly don't remember if you have to unplug the front to get the back to work, if the back's constant. And the back might be constant. But what you can do is, if you set it to fixed, you could set these RCA outs that are getting whatever song is playing, and you could lower your volume down the front, and the output is on the back is full, and just controlling another amplifier, or controlling a set of speakers, or controlling whatever else with another volume knob. Or if you want studio monitors, or a power amp, or anything else that doesn't have a volume control, and you want to control the volume control here, you flip that from fixed to variable, and now it is a controllable from here, controlling the output. That's convenient as fuck. You can't beat this for $160. You can't. You can't beat this for $160. You got a Modius Magnius shit stack. You got a fixed DAC output, and then you got to run it into the thing, and then you could use the balanced out, but you can't switch it to fixed out. You'd have to get a splitter for the DAC, or you'd have to just disconnect it and plug another thing. You can't. You can't. It's so, and it's not crazy. And then we haven't even gotten to the part where I talk about how it sounds. Where, let's just put this back here, and we'll do you for a second. I'm gonna do you for a second. I'm gonna shut off power match, which makes it louder. I'm gonna shut off true bass. I'm just gonna put on the one more Tridents, and we're going to play a different song on here, Blue Scholars, The Distance, and I'm gonna slowly raise it. And at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, it's loud. Just, it's not a sterile, boring, I'm trying to change tracks here. It's not a sterile, boring sound. It is an actual fun, creamy, inviting sound. And that amplifiers, to do that, usually require to be Class A, or Class A, or funky bursins with changes, or phase changing. Like it's just, and it's being powered via USB, and it's doing all of this. I'll put on the true bass, and nothing changed because we're listening to Led Zeppelin and there's no bass right now. Skip ahead in Led Zeppelin. Yeah, like Led Zeppelin is not exactly bassy, and these are headphones can handle low end, and it's just like, oh, it's better. It's just better. It's instantly better. It's instantly fucking better. It sounds better. Led Zeppelin sounds better. And it's not ruining anything. You wouldn't be able to tell me that that isn't how Led Zeppelin's supposed to sound, and I wouldn't fight with you. Hold on. The only thing I'll note is that, like in this Made in Abyss track, Pathway, there's like a shh in the back of the track, and that's in the track. There's no noise floor at all. There's like a shh, and the shh gets a little bit amplified when you put on the bass, and it's like, whoo. But it's all coming. Oh my God. Oh, the low end rumble, it's just, I shut it off, and it's like, okay, it's trying to be your low end rumble, and you turn it on, and it's like, yes. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a lot of people's first and fucking last DAC amp. Because in order to beat this, as a Zeos Pantera who does quite a bit of audio all fucking time, I know what I like, and I know the features I want, and I know the sound I want, and I like want, not like everyone else has different needs and wants. I know what my needs and wants are. And I'm pretty sure I could get away with a good portion of my life, 90% of it, in my headphone game and desktop game, just with this. Just with this. It gets the Zeos Pantera Lifetime Achievement Award because I could live my entire life with just an IFI ZEN DAC, USB powered, with balanced and unbalanced, and just the plugs in the back for either another power amp that I set it to fixed and I control the volume there, or if it's a power amp, that would be a power amp that's a variable, and then I control the a 5,000 watt system with this. I don't care if they've added $30. I don't care if that $30 goes towards MQA and Al Qaeda. This is still the best thing you can buy. Under the next step up from this is JDS Labs Element 2, and that still doesn't have the feature set of this. That isn't even balanced. That doesn't have switchable fixed or line outs. It's beautifully built though, and sound quality is on par. Not quite as fun, but certainly the 1/4 inch output is better on that than the 1/4 inch output on this. I really prefer this when you use the balanced output, but who fucking cares? Get your KPH30Is, plug them into the beautiful adapter it comes with, put them on your head, hit X, hit True Bass, and that's it. Stop watching my videos because you're done with audio. This is a ruinous piece of equipment because it should cost $400 to $500 with all the features it has. I'm not shitting you. If they made it $400, I'd be like, come on, IFI, but I'd still be like, someone would ask me like, hey, I have this and this and this. I want to buy it for a desk, and I need to look good. It needs to have build quality. It would still be something I recommended. It's that fucked up. It's that fucked up. That's how fucked up we are. that this is they've peaked. IFI peaked at this. This is why I had such a hard time reviewing. Am I wearing any headphones? I gotta check. This, because this is what IFI came out with. That's like their bigger, better $800 one. And it's like, look, sex. And it stands up or can lay down, and it's got balance, and it's got full outputs. It's got optical coaxial, and it's got Bluetooth. But it's missing that true bass button. It doesn't have a high-low gain. And, well, it doesn't sound that, it's not that much more powerful than this. I mean, this only runs on that same transformer here, which, by the way, why the fuck is it on the top when you do it like this? I guess you'd want these on the bottom, but it runs on a 5 volt. So it's the same as the fucking this, as far as, because you can't get 5 volt whatever amps and then do more with it because of your unit. I mean, you could do voltage and like ups, but you know, this is still taking just a 2.5 amp 5 volt. If I have a 2.5 amp 5 volt into this, it has the same power making potential as this. This obviously has better internals going, but I can't hear the. I agree, this is a great unit. I kept it. I yelled at IFI to let me keep this. I want to use it. But then every time I plug in one of these, I'm like, well, I love this unit, and it makes my job a lot easier because just get the IFI ZEN DAC. Just get the IFI ZEN DAC. My car won't start. IFI ZEN DAC. I got these polyps all over my back. IFI ZEN DAC. I can't see. ZEN DAC. Did you try a ZEN DAC? Did you rub it on that shit? Because it's the do-all answer for everything. And then if you have the money to throw at things, then you can go and get a Neo. Which I really... The iDSD Neo DSDI. Which has full-size everything. Oh, God. This is... I was going to make this a nice short video. And I wasn't 100% sure I was going to be like shill it as hard. Because I'm pretty sure the last time I reviewed it, I didn't shill hard enough. And now with the raised price, and I know there's a part of that that's MQA, and probably not Al-Qaeda, but I have to verify that. But it's still 100% worth its cost. 110% worth its cost. There's no arguing. No one that's got. All right, I have a question for the committee. And please, if you know someone who bought the IFI ZEN DAC, this one, the one that's the combo, and was disappointed in it, send them to this video to write a comment, or send them the Hi-Fi Guides to find the post for this. Oh, in fact, I'll link Zeos Hi-Fi Guides post. See if there's one for the 2 and not just the 1, because maybe the 2, everyone's talking about the 2 differently, or maybe I should just make one for the 2. But what would disappoint you with this? Unless you're trying to power like a car stereo with it, because I honestly have not found its match as far as volume. Like it's just you put it on, you put power match on, it goes up, it's like it's loud, and then you're there, and it never distorts. I haven't had distort yet. The only thing I could think of, other than the 660 800, what's the 880 600 ohm, 660 800 ohm would be interesting. I don't want to play with that. Yeah, no, there's no fucking way I could sit here and do anything but praise the shit out of this, and I hate it because we should all hate on MQA because of the videos and the description, and that's just where we are right now. So I'm going to just put this back on my head and listen for a couple more minutes, a few more minutes, because I've had this sitting there and I'm just like, it's all you fucking need, and I got to come to terms with that, because as an audiophile and a reviewer, I know people want to spend more than this. You, I could see you, John, Dan, Jose? It sounds like a Dr. Seuss name. Jose. You all want, I have a $1,200 budget, Zeos, and I want to buy a DAC and an amp, and what should I buy? IFI ZEN DAC. Take the additional $1,040 and donate it to cancer research. You'll feel better about yourself, and you'll have an amazing desktop unit, and you'll be fucking done. What are your thoughts on that? A little too much? Too little? I don't know. Anyway, I'm done. I can't. I sat here like going, oh man, I'm just gonna fucking scream about MQA, and then I listened to it, and that was my biggest problem. Should have never listened to it. I should have just been like, yeah, it's probably great. It's probably as great as I remember it, because I haven't used the original one in forever. I'm done. I'm done. I'll link to this, even though I think that this is slightly overpriced for what it has. Or it's probably not overpriced. It's probably exactly priced for the internals. I just wish it had the fucking bass boost and a button to switch from the outputs in the back to just the outputs in the front. That was my biggest problem with this. Like this, at this price point, there isn't room for any more switches, although there obviously is. Yeah. Patreon and Subscribe Star. If you want to watch me lose my mind slightly earlier than the rest of the world, you could see reviews early. You can participate in yard sales, which last time I sold the ZEN DAC that the company sent me, and I regretted it ever since. So I'm not selling this one because I'm going to pull it the fuck out and use it as comparisons in the future. So you will not see this in the yard sale. You'll see other things in the yard sale, but the yard sales happen from the 1st to the 10th of every month. I ship any items you win for free, continental United States. And if you live somewhere not the continental United States, I will share the shipping with you and ship half shipping international, no matter where it is. And sometimes it sucks. I got to send something to South fucking Africa. Let me tell you, I shipped speakers to South Africa once, and I swore I'd never do it again. Luckily, this is a small item. It's like $370 to ship speakers to South Africa. Don't do it. Just call South Africa and tell someone to build speakers. It's cheaper. Yeah, see reviews early. Participate in the yard sales, 1st and 10th of every month. Get access to the now safe backup of the sound demos. So all the sound demos that vanished from the internet, I have the audio ripped from them and placed in a place where you can have a giant playlist and you can listen to any sound demos you want. You can't see them. That might come later. I'll see how popular that gets. If 300 people want to see the sound demos that are gone and not just hear them, I'll put in the effort to convert everything over. $10 a month gets you in the private behind the scenes Telegram chat, which those people basically run this channel. They tell me what to review next, or they ask me any questions you want. If you have like actual questions you want to know the answers to, comment in YouTube, probably won't do it. Discord, maybe not. Public Telegram, there's an IRC actually, which I never go to. But if you want me to actually like, at Zeos Pantera in the private $10 a month Telegram chat that is accessible via subscribe to our Patreon, then I'll answer your questions all the time. And there's a private swap meet there for people who want to trade gear for just the patrons, and you stay in that for your lifetime. You can get booted out of the actual chat if you're not up to date, but the lifetime swap meet is always there. So there's that, and Hi-Fi Guides in the Hi-Fi Guides forum. Again, I was mentioning that earlier. I might try to find a, I think it was blue in the original one. The green is much nicer. I'll try to make sure there's a new post for this or the original post and see, because someone's got to have bought this and went, God, this thing's stupid and ugly and the knob is so smooth. I can't understand what quality. This is way too nice. It fucking sucks. Who are you? Get off my planet. Anyway, that wallpaper also available in the description. I just think that one's cute. And maybe that one if I could find it, because that's a good one too. So 2 wallpapers if I can find that one, because I'm pretty sure that one's in an old folder because I don't use this laptop for reviews anymore. But I needed to because USB. Anyway, I'm done. I'm just making this video longer and people are going to be too imposed. Oh, it's a 35-minute video, so you just upload it. I could probably do like a standard outro and then just cut it. Fuck it. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow or 2 days from now.